Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate. Well, good evening, everybody. I am Tanya Lee of Harmonia, and we are here for another edition of All Signs. But this time we are looking at May's forecast because we are at the tail end of April already. So tonight's live is going to be the general forecast. It's a catch-all. It's a catch-all. For those of you who are looking for specifically for love readings, that is going to be scheduled out for next week. I break these up on purpose. I break them up on purpose because it's a lot of different topics. So I want to make sure I can catch everybody. So romance may come up tonight, but it's a catch-all pretty much on other areas too. You guys are going to want to make sure you check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And if you are cross-watching for others, you're probably going to have to flip the narrative here. But I am streaming a little bit earlier today, so sharing is caring. I do appreciate it. I just hopped on a couple of minutes earlier because, well, I was ready. Hey, Ellen, how you doing? Hello, Papa. Hello, Nafa. Welcome back, Bernadette. Hello, Lisa. So don't be shy, guys. I am not just on YouTube. I'm on Twitch and Facebook as well. You can see the live chat right here, so we can see everybody's comments as you guys flood on in. And we're going to get started here. We're going to start off with Taurus because we always start off well, with the birthday sign, and we are officially in Taurus season. Because we are just doing the general reading tonight, there's only going to be one collective bonus, so there will not be a unlocked bonus this evening. The unlocked bonuses are only for Fridays and Sundays, okay? So, but if you can obviously donate if you want to, but there's going to be no additional bonuses here. So let's get to it. We're going to start off with Taurus. Who's got Taurus in their chart? Where are my bulls at? Right? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Taurus, you had your spotlight reading and your cycle reading released over at Harmonia Friends Community, but make sure you check out your spotlight reading. That was, when was that? That was Monday. I already forget what day it is. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. So Monday evening, we had your bonus reading. So that was a completely different reading than what tonight's going to be. Okay. Reminder here too, that each reading, we're going to be rolling the dice here to see what archetype is showing up for you. The archetypes are something here that you can dive deeper into at Harmonia Friends Community. But if you resonate with that archetype here, the best way to search for Harmonia Friends when you're inside the vault is for the collective for that month, okay? And you can obviously interact utilizing some of the other tools there to interact with the readings, because that's what we do over there. We encourage you to pull your own cards, to sit with yourself, all right? It's not just externally getting answers from others. All right. Hey, Ellen, how you doing? Thanks for representing Facebook over there. I know it's quiet. I keep having to delete my Facebook feeds, unfortunately, when I go live. So it kind of stinks. So people don't get all their notifications right off the bat. So they kind of trickle in later. All right, let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, if we can hone into my collective, whether they're here for the live or the replay, but specifically right now we're looking into Taurus's energy. What archetype are they embodying here for the month of May? Oh, wow. You got 2 1s, which comes to the witness. The witness is on the table here. The first archetype that you get to meet here. 1s are all about new beginnings, but you are in the precipice here with the witness of being able to perceive not just your point of view, but the aspects of others, including the aspects of the versions of you. Yes, we're talking about your higher self and your inner child. Okay. You can look at all perspectives here. So there's something here, Taurus, this month that, 2s are all about duality, partnership. There's something that specifically you need to step back on and look upon differently. All right, let's see how you're showing up here in Tarot. Witness will be up here on this little side right in the corner throughout this reading. I just dropped the dice. That means something, doesn't it? Spirit, how is Taurus showing up here? Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Wow. Now this is interesting because this 9 of Cups, she looks sad, doesn't she? And this is the shadow deck for those of you. It's a little bit darker. But why wouldn't I go dark as a shadow priestess? But here's the thing. The 9 of Cups is usually something completed, but there's something here about bittersweet. Are you having a bittersweet ending? I almost see you writing a letter, or it's time to move on. There's just something here that's played its part. It's interesting. It almost looks like those 9 of Cups, even though they have webs and so forth on there. It's almost like it's an old version of you. It's completed. It's played its part. It almost looks like trophies there. Okay. All right. Let's see what the Cosmic Kitty has to say here. It's coming up here for us. These cards are a little bit big. Ooh, grudge, bury, don't carry. Look at you, all wet with emotions. There's some bitterness. There's something that you've been holding some baggage here. You're wet in emotions here. It has to do with a past situation here, but don't carry this in forward. This is here the month here not to do that. That kitty cat's all wet. No cats really like a bath, do they? All right. Let's see what the challenge card here, the test, the tension, the shadow that's at play here. Yeah, it is snake eyes. It is snake eyes here. Ooh, the King of Swords. Something tells me that Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Now, you may have been strung along. You may have been made an option in the past. You may have accepted certain scenarios here when it comes to other individuals in your life. But this is somebody here that I feel mistreated you. This could be, like I said, a boss, a lover, could even be a version of yourself where you really you're starting to see how you mistreated yourself because you accepted it. But there's just something here that's sharp. There's just something here that's sharp. It's the way that that's carried. It's the way that it's looked upon with that sword. When is your breakthrough, your lesson, your realization, or your inner shift here for May coming up? What is your breakthrough here? We have the 6 of Wands. I really feel the breakthrough here is honestly proper boundaries. I also feel the breakthrough here is forgiveness. Now, we don't necessarily have to forgive unnecessarily, bad things that happen to us. But I do feel like this Taurus is realizing that, it's played its part. They can't hold on to this forever. They need to move forward. And I see you doing that. It's a breakthrough. So this wasn't an easy obstacle that you've been through. So you've been kind of sour about this, whatever this situation is. But I feel this month, it's like, it played its part. I can't believe I accepted something like that or someone like that. but you're witnessing it. You are differently. All right. Let's see what's unfolding this month here for May. Reversals are now up. They will let me know if the patterns here being repeated here again. We're going to start this off here. I like to go into the beginning, the middle, and the end. So first row is the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and then towards the end. We have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here. Well, that's you. A little closed off. It's usually kind of a conceited energy. Let's see what she's looking at, though. Let's see what she's looking at. Yeah, I told you. Let's see what she's looking at. We got the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is you're evaluating a situation. You know, you're evaluating who's in your circle this month. There are people here who have come and gone into your life, but specifically, I feel you realize I feel like you have a smaller circle now. This is what it feels like, right? It's a close-knit circle. This is your family. Family doesn't necessarily have to be blood ties. This could be a close friend as well, but you have loyalty, and I feel like it has maybe pushed on some loyalty issues being abused or misused. But there's also this energy here of being a lone wolf. So I almost feel like the individuals around you also have been the black sheep of the family. Okay. But the integration of this here too, I really feel what you're evaluating is some of the individuals here that you accepted into your circle, or you gave away your worth right off the bat, assuming the best of a situation. Okay. But this is something here that you've definitely been evaluating. It may feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I accepted that, but it's done. This is now you going, I'm much better off. All right. Your emotions, your heart space, your external influences. Let's see what's going on here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. The Five of Pentacles reverse. And the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. Look at this. We have a match. You know, whoever this individual was in your past, you have learned to mirror, but in a healthy way. You don't make anybody an option. No, especially when it comes to oneself. I feel like towards the middle of the month, there's something here about reconciling. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean somebody's coming back from your past. I feel like you're trying to recover from situations here where you may have played victim to a scenario. So I feel like you're working on your finances, you're working on your health, your well-being, but you also have a lot of assertiveness here as I'm wiser. And I feel like this taking flight part really is coming with a part with, I think I'm over it. That's what it feels like. I feel like this Taurus is going, I feel like I'm over it. I don't need to sit here and carry this with me. In fact, I need to cut this out. So I see you changing your perception here, not wanting to hold a grudge anymore. It's just something that's easily dissipating here. It's not saying you're ignoring the emotions here, but this has been a slow process here for you. Okay, you're just trying to detach. You're witnessing here where your emotions here really were stuffed down, weren't released, and so now you're like, I don't even feel like I can cry about it anymore. That's what it feels like. All right. We have the Eight of Cups. I told you, you're emotionally just fed up with this. You're letting this go. For you, this month, you are letting go of something that just emotionally has been exhausting. And it's absolutely for you. Whether this is a person or a version of you that play victim, you just you're over it. I just feel this energy of Taurus going, I'm over it. I don't want to be that way anymore. I'm trusting my intuition. Greater opportunity here for you. Yes, I love this. A massive transformation here. It's going to get lighter. you know, I just feel like there's going to be some shadow work here this month here, but you're doing a send off of some sort. And some of you, you're writing a letter, like you're like literally writing a letter to yourself. You're burning it. You're doing a eulogy of some sort. I just feel this energy here of releasing the past, making it official, putting some intentions here about your future. And that's what you're focused on. You're wiser. You're holding accountability. Some of you are getting mentors. Some of you are going back to school. Some of you are getting therapy. But here's the thing. Woo. You know that something was off balance. And this is the month here where there is some past emotions coming up. There's going to be some irritability. There's going to be some anger. But you also know that this is part of the sequence here, Sagittarius energy. You are addressing this imbalance. You really are. I feel like you're really addressing it in a really big way. All right, let's see what the final advice here for you. Things to consider for the month of May, mind and action and your heart and spirit. What to do or approach differently here this month. Remember, no reversals on this. The Knight of Wands, I feel that the difference here is about running into things. You know, you don't have to get over a scenario quickly. I feel like something here is taking you quite some time to get over. This is something here where I feel you may have been beaten up. You're speeding yourself up because you haven't been over it. But with the Knight of Wands energy here, is also like, okay, I got to hurry up and go to the next obstacle, the next idea. I feel great. But Spirit's like, don't burn yourself out. The Knight of Wands may feel like this is going to feel like relief this month, but it's also you're going to feel a spurt of creativity, or some of you desire wanting to put yourself back out there when it comes to love. May even go on dates, but Spirit's saying, be careful. Be careful. Don't go and rebound material here, because we have the Four of Wands here, closed door, okay? The Four of Wands is usually a card here of union, but something here is in a mist here of being cleared. And I feel like what's being cleared for you are players, individuals here who have used you. This is something here where at this point you were closing the door. I think you're facing the door and saying, you know what? I'm not going to let that kind of energy back in. I'm just not. All right. That's what I got here for you, Taurus. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you want to see your cycle reading here for 2026, 2027, it's going to be over there. We're going to move on to Gemini. Gemini is up next. Hey, Amy. Welcome. Gemini is up. Unique, welcome back. How's everybody doing this evening? Hey, Debbie. Look at this poor wet kitty. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini, let's see what archetype is here for you. I hear you. We have 8. We have the builder here. The builder is here for you. So there's something here that you're in the midst of working on here this month, Gemini. Now we have a 3 and a 5. So that's also the combination of the artist and the liberator. So the artist is the one who creates and expresses, is usually one who collaborates, and the liberator is breaking from some patterns. But with the builder here specifically, it focuses on the momentum and it builds through discipline. So you're embodying some kind of discipline this month. All right, let's see how you are showing up here in Tarot. Keep dropping these. I'll just keep them down here. Oops, wrong cards. Here, how is, yeah, Bob the Builder. Guys, don't forget, when you get your archetype, you just look for those collective readings over at Harmonia Friends Community. And as they build, you may have some readings there. Ooh, so you're showing up as the Four of Wands, but something feels like it's closed off, like you can't enter. Something, there's some unfinished business. Something here hasn't really allowed you a union of some sort. Okay. Our Cosmic Kitty is here. Exposed. Time to come clean. Oh boy. Why do I feel like you're being judged this month? There's something here, because I mean, usually, I mean, kitty cats can really be, they can put a lot of mess in there, right? When they get into stuff, it's like, uh-oh, I got caught. But there's something here about being exposed, being vulnerable, a mess up of some sort. Okay, let's see what the challenge is. Because I feel very vulnerable. It's like, oh God. It's about the Ace of Wands energy. Well, this is usually, God, there's something here that's conflicted. Look at all these wands. Look at all of that. Look at all that fire. It's not that you build something faulty, but I do feel the tower moment here, even though the tower's not here yet. It does. I feel your challenge here is to get started here because you feel very exposed to your environment, who's around you. Now it's like, uh-oh, I'm being watched. And how do I enter this? Because it feels so damn locked or locked up. And I feel like you're waiting for an answer when it comes to a celebration or a connection here, coming together. What is your breakthrough here for this month, though? Ooh, well, there it is. That's you holding your heart. You know, I do feel exposure, but I also feel you being there with authority, being authentic. Yes, you have your heart in your hands, but it's like, listen, I do things for the love of it. And I love myself, but I'm not going to let anybody handle my heart indifferently. And so I feel like there's some kind of outside judgment that you're receiving that makes you feel conflicted that you can't move. Now, some of you, this has to do with a work project, or maybe something's not taking off. Others of you, if there's a relationship here where there is conflict or there's a third party issue, this is something where it may feel very exposed about your past, that something has to come up like, yeah, I messed up, or yeah, I omitted something here within this connection. So there's something about omitting the truth and then just dropping the mask and releasing it. Okay. Let's see where you're going towards this month. Reversals are now up. We have the Knight of Pentacles here reversed. The Eight of Wands reversed. The Lovers. Okay. You're not on your own, which is great. I do feel that you have a partner that you need to be very honest with, whether this is a friend, whether this is a lover, whether this is a family member, a working situation. There's something that is coming up where you have put a lot of time and effort into, but it's almost like you missed a step, or maybe you were rushing, but something has been omitted. And so you have an individual here, Gemini, in your energy who, loves you regardless. They just simply do. But this is all about compromise. And there's something here where you feel responsible for not, really taking certain actions. There's like almost like a defensive energy here. Maybe why you haven't stepped forward, maybe why you haven't included them. I feel a little bit of hyper independence or wanting to be perfect. I got some Geminis here who are people pleasers. What's coming in here towards the middle of the month regarding this connection? We have the Page of Pentacles. You know what? I feel like there's something about something being amiss, whether it's paperwork, whether it is omitting something that you were ashamed of, could even have been a fling of some sort if there was a relationship that you didn't want to bring up. But I feel like for some of you, this Page of Pentacles energy is like, yeah, I know all the roots. I can do this. But something here gets amiss, meaning it cost you more, or it's going to take you more time to do. It's almost like you didn't follow the directions. Yeah, you didn't follow the directions. You didn't let somebody in on the scenario here, but it's not in a bad way. I think you were trying to do something to not let another worry. That's the situation. You're a fixer. You're as Debbie calls Bob the Builder, right? You want to fix everything, do something on your own. I don't want to bother people. But this is coming up here for a reason for you this month, because I really believe that coming clean with this or exposed is to showcase how important it is to have healthy partnerships here. Yeah. What did I say? Have healthy partnerships here. 10 of Pentacles. You know, this individual is going to have an understanding here with you, but I also feel like there's going to be a heart-to-heart discussion here going, why didn't you tell me? Or we could have worked this out together. Or why would you be ashamed of that? Like, you know, everybody makes mistakes, or there's just something here that you left out, or you didn't want to bother them with. Yeah. Here's the thing. I do feel like this individual is going to help you, assist you, or be there with you. I actually feel it will draw the two of you closer together. You know, not saying this person's your shovel buddy, but I do feel like this person's like, I'm ready to clean this shit up. Like, let's figure this out together. There, you know, you might be dealing with a fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but let me tell you, this person here is an out of the box thinker. You know, they're very creative, witty. So, you know, there's just something about their creativity that actually is like, you know what? It almost feels like they're a Bob Ross, where it's like, I made a mess. And they're like, well, you were curious, so you didn't make a mess. It's kind of art. So I feel like this person here is giving you some advice here of how to make this look like art. Okay. Really. The greater gain here for you for the month here. All of this worry of self-sabotage is almost going to be under the water for you. Okay. All in your head, all this worry here of being exposed, of not being good enough, making a mistake, or I should have told them. I think you're coming clean this month. I do. Now, if this isn't you coming clean, it could be another individual, and you could be the person here who has that creative spark. But I do see two individuals here saying, let's work it out together. All right, let's see what the advice here Spirit has for you, Gemini. What to do or approach differently in the situation for May for you. Remember, no reversals. Look at this. Approach this cup differently. The Ace of Cups. I feel for a lot of you, it was like based upon conditions. Spirit's like, no, love is love. Love is all around you. You don't have to have your cup down. Turn the cup the other way around. In fact, I wanted to turn it the other way around. But this is the shadow deck here. So it's showing to me that you swallow your pride a lot in situations. What to trust or to soften or surrender to this month, Gemini. The King of Cups, somebody here who truly loves you and holds that cup the right way. All right. You can trust this individual. They'll listen. Okay. They're not going to get too over emotional. In fact, there'll probably be something here where it's like, well, you know, I thought you'd be mad. And they're like, I'm disappointed. Like, this is an individual because I'm just disappointed. Okay. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But there's love here. But again, this connection here has to go both ways. Okay. And I feel one of you is afraid here of really hurting or accepting help. All right. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you're looking to book private readings, you can most certainly go to my website. We're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer is up. young guy. Welcome back. All right, let's see what archetype is here for you, Cancer, for the month of May. Reminder, if you identify with this archetype, there may be more readings over at Harmonia Friends community for those collective readings to match yours. Ooh, I just did a reading today for this energy, and this energy here is the mediator. So I love the mediator. She has kind of the temperance energy here, but it's someone here who's obviously well balanced, can look at all sides of it, but is also seeking truth and harmony, and trying to hold accountability. And I do feel like you were weighing something here with 2 threes, which is, threes are all is the artist. So it's about creating expression, but you're weighing your options when it comes to connections, like how to get things done or how to be open here to receive. All right, let's see how you're showing up here. How is Cancer showing up? Hey, Karen, welcome back. Okay. How is Cancer showing up here? Oh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Well, your option is a huge opportunity here, Cancer. You are weighing an opportunity in your hands this month. This was handed to you. It's a gift of some sort. But there's also this energy of, what do I do with it? How do I handle this? All right. Let's see what Cosmic Kitty is here with you. Some of you, this is money. Some of you, this is a new job. Some of you, this is a relationship. Ooh, envy. Find your own. Ooh, there's some envy here. So there's something about an opportunity. God, look, that kitty cat looks pissed off that dog is getting their cake. It's like, where's my piece? Why don't I have a piece of cake? All right. Envy is usually something here about feeling that feeling that you are due something or owed something, and it shouldn't go to another individual. All right. What's the challenge here with this envy? Find your own. Oh, 2 of Cups. Now this is different. There's a connection here, Cancer, that you are split. You were split from, okay? And let me tell you, you have an offer in your hand, but the challenge here is, look, is this energy? Ooh, my ears are ringing. They are ringing. Someone here is disappointed, upset. They don't have it. Interesting. Okay, this is in regards to a relationship here. You two fight like cats and dogs. So there's some indifference here, but I feel envy is something that somebody has, like, and that's coming off in your energy. So there's something that somebody has that you're upset with. Now you can flip the narrative here if it's another individual, but it's coming up as yours. What is your breakthrough here this month? The High Priestess. That's your intuition, trusting, source. You're very open, intuitive. I feel like you've been very quiet. You've been very reserved, but there's an opportunity here that is handed to you. But you see this gate tells me that there's something that you feel somebody has that you don't have to get through the gate. And it's like, why isn't my opportunity getting me through the gate? Why can't I have that? And so there's something about trusting your intuition and looking for an alternate route, but it also might force you to part ways with another. It may force you to part ways with another. You know, honestly, I just heard it's not meant for you. What you're walking into, reversals here. There's the reciprocity here. Equal give and take. Balance. Nice. Oh, but the 9 of Pentacles here reverse. So Cancer, you listen, the people pleaser days are over. Okay, you know that, right? But the 9 of Pentacles energy here is there something where there's this 50-50 thing. It's like, well, I gave you this. Now you need to give me that. But I feel this energy here of breadcrumbing, wanting something to be 50-50. But here's the thing, you know, there's something about overworking, not having enough, feeling that you need something from another. So this is something externally around you where you're putting a lot of time and effort into, and you keep saying it's called reciprocity. But the end of this is, well, where's your rebirth? So this is the ending here of codependency here. So I do feel like you are recalibrating connections and relationships and watching or catching yourself when you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do this and I'll keep entertaining this. Why are you entertaining it to begin with? Spirit's asking you. Are you doing it because you feel you want something in return? There's something about the return that you get upset with. And when it's not returned in the way you want it, that's when things all kind of go whoosh. Yeah. There's always this fear here of, am I enough? Is this good enough? Or is this like, I just want things to be balanced and I just want things to be fair, but not everything's going to be fair all the time. And there's just this energy here of needing external validation, being seen, a relationship. Yeah, you're moving away from this. Another 6, guys. Another 6. So you're trying to get through the mental patterns and moving away from relationships here where you feel like you have to be in something that is super equal. If it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. Some of you are staying in jobs that you just don't even feel happy in. Some of you are in relationships that you're pretending are something more when it's not really that great. Whether that's a friendship, whether that's even some of you family members, whether that's a lover here, there's just this energy here of like, I need to stop worrying about, you know, is someone going to screw me over all the time and how fair it's going to be, when I need to also learn to celebrate people's wins and celebrate my wins. Yeah. And I feel like this month here specifically, you may actually find yourself separating from a lot of individuals and doing something primarily on your own. Okay. It's almost like you don't even want to sit at somebody's party and celebrate their wins or just see. And I feel like whoever this is clueless. You know, it's not saying they have to be someone here that you hate, but it's just this energy here of like, I need to focus on me and what makes me happy. So some of you may be taking on a new hobby or just working on yourself, but I do feel your head is down and you're just in this energy here of building. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles here, you're recovering. You're recovering from some loss here. Some of you, some financial loss. You're utilizing your efforts and your, your skills into something that you can recover from. Some of you may be taking on some side business or side work. But I just feel like you're doing something here that you can feel more relaxed in, taking care of yourself, not needing to be sought out by another. What else? Look at this. This is the 10 of Swords. You've been focused on betraying an individual. It's like if you don't show up every day as a specific way because somebody here is giving you reciprocity or being nice to you, you don't always have to be 50-50. I feel this energy of this Cancer actually being incredibly exhausted, but is also afraid to betray another. And it's like, I'm afraid not to show up. I'm afraid to call out to work. I'm afraid to not be there. But at the same time, like I want that. And then I get upset when they get everything and I don't. So you're kind of evaluating this and taking it, because you got to remember the mediator takes accountability. So you're taking accountability here for the self-betrayal of going places when you don't want to go. if you need to take a day off, you're going to start working on that. What's a greater opportunity here of what you're working on here? 6 of Wands. This is about your value, seeing yourself, the work that you put in. You have been really, really looking upon how externally relationships outside of you have been witnessed entirely different. There's an opportunity here. Look, notice this. You see the gates open? There's a different gate for you. It's like you've been forcing yourself to go down a gate that's locked for a reason. Well, that's because there's another way and an opportunity here to explore and be seen in a completely different way. This betrayal is happening for you, even though it may feel like self-betrayal. Like it's like, okay, I can take the reins here. I don't have to play victim to the scenario anymore. What to do or approach differently this month? Look at this, Queen of Wands, how you show up. You're confident, you're creative, you know your self-worth. Now, here's the thing. Things to consider. What's the approach differently? The Queen of Wands can get very competitive, jealous, and envious. Those are her harsh sides because she wants to win at all costs. Who are you trying to be and why? Spirit just saying, check yourself. Check yourself of why. What to trust or soften or surrender to this month for yourself, Cancer? Look at this, the Knight of Cups. Offer. There's love here. There's compassion here. There is an offer on the table here, where a person does see you, values you, is asking if you're okay, but it's not, and you have to be open to it. I think that you're spending a lot of time with an area here where you're hoping that you're going to get reciprocity, that they'll feel bad for you, but it doesn't work that way. I feel this energy here of like return the love, the self-love here for you. All right. And that's what I got here for you, Cancer. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you want to book something private, you can do so over on my website. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo is up next. Don't be shy, guys. Say hello. Let me know that you're here. I know it's Wednesday night and it's a little later, and I get it. I don't have all of my moderators tonight. It's not the normal night. Leo is up. Thanks, Papa. I appreciate you. I bet. I bet. I'm sleepy too. But I wanted to get these done because we got a lot of readings. We got a lot of readings next week. All right. Leo. Let's see what archetype is here for you. Spirit, what's going on here for Leo? A 4 and a 3. So we have a 7. We have the seeker energy here, but we also have the keeper meets the artist. The keeper is someone here who, once structure is in place, is the one who keeps the stability. And the artist energy is someone here who creates. So there's something about creating stability. You're in deep thought. If you are in the seeker energy here this month, something tells me that you are doing some soul searching. You're looking for some kind of truth. And I feel like this is something where you may have a quiet month, but we shall see. We shall see. How is Leo showing up, Spirit? Oops, I forgot to switch this back. We'll keep the keeper up here. Remember, no reversals on initial story play for Leo. Ooh. Well, the Knight of Cups is here, but the Cups is lying here on the ground. So something hasn't gone your way emotionally. Okay. There's an offer here that feels a little bit disappointing. I think that it's like you just get started and all of a sudden it's a flood of emotions and it's whisked away. And so we're going to see what that's about. Cosmic Kitty is here. Wholeness. Become all that you are. Oh, look at you. There's that self-reflection. Do you see how the self-reflection is coming on here? So, I feel like there's an opportunity in front of you that you were very excited about, and there is some fears about taking this. It does seem like a wish of some sort, an achievement of some sort, an up level for this Leo. Now, some of you, this up level could be a new relationship or, up leveling a relationship. Others of you, this could be with work or self purpose, but you're definitely working on areas where you still feel disappointed on certain situations that come up this month. All right, let's see what the challenge is with an offer. What's the challenge with this offer, Spirit? Oh, God, your pride. Your pride. That's your card. It's just disappointment. I think there's something about having rose-colored glasses, looking at something all excited, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. It's happening again. All right, what is your breakthrough this month? Okay, listen, your breakthrough is the magician energy. So it's not going to last forever. You have the ability here to bounce back up this month. But there's just something here that's coming back up that you're going to go, wait, what? What do you mean it's on hold? What do you mean there's a pause? Or what do you mean my ego just got attacked? Or what do you mean we got in a fight? I feel pride. I feel pride, but the magician energy here is that you have the ability here to manifest and have things go as you're conjuring here. But something here makes you feel restricted. Okay, let's see what you're going into this month. What is Leo walking into this month? Reversals are now up. Ooh, there's a relationship right there. You two mirror one another a lot. King of Pentacles could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oh, the High Priestess here reversed. Here's the thing. What seems so obvious to you on what direction to go or how to look at this is not going to be so obvious to another. You have somebody here who thinks entirely different than you. Okay. It's not that they're against your intuition. I think you're very intuitive, Leo. You are usually an individual who follows your heart, goes after something, dreams and desires here, right? It's like, I don't know, I'm just going that direction, or it just feels right, right? But you got someone here who's like, well, where's the stable part about it? Do you have a map? How do you do it? So this is a person here who's very practical, type A, needs to have all of the answers, feels like there's a bunch of stuff here that they're like questioning your intuition. And this is like, are you kidding me? I thought you trusted me. But it's not that they don't trust you. This is a person here who wants to feel safe. So they want to be told something here that brings safety to them. Okay. So there's that. I think it's hard for you because look at this on top of another two. I think it's hard between the two of you because there's just such two different ways of looking and evaluating things when it comes to moving in a particular direction with this individual. Like I said, some of you this is work, some of you this is a connection, it could be romantic or family or a friend, but you tend to go within and just take the big leap. Like I feel very much a fool, naive kind of energy of trust. And this individual here is very methodical, wants to have some, plans and structure in place, money in place, and they're kind of throwing your intuitive nudge here of like, let's just go with it because, the wind told me. Yeah. And this individual here is like, that's not enough for me. I need to have more. And so there and all of a sudden it's like, you don't trust me. So I feel like there's a situation where you're disappointed because somebody doesn't trust your intuitive nudge. You're like, I don't have the answer. So you need to trust me. And like this person here is like, well, I need more than that. Yeah. I do feel now notice how here this 3 of Pentacles card is like nobody's there. I just feel like this month here, you may feel estranged from an individual here that you thought that you would be partnering, that you would be on the same page with. And this month, you guys aren't on the same page. You're just kind of doing your own thing, but you're in each other's energy. So some of you are working with this individual, others of you, it's just someone here who's like, I just need more, I just, it doesn't, that doesn't work for me. So there's this unfinished business, of like, well, can we connect again? Opportunity for you for this month here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So there's this codependency energy here where the opportunity here is being addressed. And that's probably why you're being separated from this individual, because this person, as much as you are trusting yourself, you're also seeking validation from an individual who you want them to trust you. And this is something here where you get to do it on your own, not to prove to another, but because you know it's the right thing to do. All right. The 9 of Pentacles tends to be someone here who's not stable or has to rely heavily on individuals. And you might have an individual here who's heavily relying on you to bring some stability on here. And you're just putting up a boundary, right? Saying, I can't. I don't have all those answers. No, I can't. I can't offer you those answers, right? So it may feel like a loss with this individual, a pause or separation, or, a person who doesn't want to go in the same direction at this point or invest in there, or, whether this is an idea, a partnership. It's just something here where it's like you both don't agree. So you're just kind of going separate. Greater gain here for you this month. Boundaries, I don't think you're really meant to prove to this individual why it will work. You're just trusting your gut and doing something here that feels right to you. So you're putting your boundary in place here, and rightfully so, because this individual also has to figure it out. They either trust or they don't. They don't. Final advice here for you, Leo. What to do or approach differently, which I think you're doing with that 9 of Wands here. Look at the shadow. This is all about self-reflecting here. All right. It's you do go a little bit dark on this individual, but not in the mean way. You're just trying to look and evaluate why you need to prove your own intuition to somebody. Just because you trust, there's that star energy. That star has been here the whole time. It really has. So, you're surrendering to something higher above. What to trust, soften, or surrender to this month here. Temperance. Just be patient. I don't feel eye to eye, but I also don't feel like this connection here is like over entirely. I feel that you're going to have patience with this individual. They'll figure it out on their own, but so will you. So there's just something here about really seeing you two are both, you both are marrying each other's wounds in a big way. But I also see a month here of healing, having patience, being realigned here, and just working on your own emotional needs here for yourself. All right. That's what I got here for you, Leo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can do so over at my website. We got Virgo. Virgo is up. Welcome back, Roger. We have Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces and Aries left. And then we're going to get to the collective. Liked it. Good Leo reading. Thanks, Papa. Thank you guys for hitting like. I do appreciate it. Those help the channel be seen. Whether you're on Facebook or on Twitch or on YouTube, every like, share, follow, subscribe helps me. It truly does. All right, let's see what's going on for Virgo this month. Virgo, let's roll your archetype here. See what archetype is coming up here for you. Now, remember, if you resonate with this reading and this archetype, there may be more readings over Harmonia Friends with this collective as well. Oh, we haven't gotten this one yet here on the public side at least. We have the initiate. This is a 12, but let me also bring in the mediator here. The mediator is also here, which we just went through with another reading, which is all about balance. But now you're coming in as the initiate, one of my favorite archetypes. And as you can see, she's kind of has an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel. And notice that there's a rabbit here, and she's not going through a rabbit hole, she's going through a portal. And so there's something here where you are taking charge. You really are. I feel like you're taking charge. You're very harmonized, but also very balanced. And there's something here about facing the truth and facing the matter. This is the world card, but it's the world card when it meets the cosmos, meaning that there's an integration here and collapsing of timelines. There's something here specifically coming up here for you this month, Virgo, that involves a different version of you that you never anticipated coming in to this lifetime. No. Okay, it feels like something here more. All right. So we'll keep little Alice over here, the initiate. Always curious about going on the other side. Let's see how you're showing up in Tarot. Oh, see? Look, highly intuitive. Your gifts are amplified. There's a deep connection here with your guides, your higher self, your ancestors. This is you really having that ability here to trust and to surrender and have a direct connection here with source itself. All right. So the high priestess here also is this energy here of going dark. All right. And I feel like you're this portal that you're going into. It's almost like, where did Virgo go? What happened to Virgo? Or you may hear people say to you this month, Virgo, you're so different. You look different. You've changed, maybe another one, right? So there's something here in that level. All right, let's see what Cosmic Kitty is here with you. Oh, man, did I not say manifestation here was happening? From thought to form, something is coming in place that you have integrated. Look at this, a little fish. Okay. Just because you think of the fish, now all of a sudden the fish is there. So there's something coming to form this month that you've manifested, but it's because you've walked the path. You didn't just sit there and think about it. You were like, I need to go and walk it as though I have this fish. You're holding it in your hand. So it's much differently than you anticipated. All right, let's see what the challenge is for you. Challenge for you is the 9 of Wands. Well, listen, once you go through that portal, there's something about not going back. There's something about not going back. All right. Now, this 9 of Wands is almost like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. Once I go through, it may feel a little bit confined when you make this decision. You may feel like you can't back out of this, but you're not meant to back out of this. It's to realize what those boundaries come in place, because something in the past was actually more suffocating than where you are going towards now. Okay. It does look like Morris. I love it. What's a breakthrough for you this month? The Hermit. Interesting. That's your card. All right. I told you you're going to be going dark. You're going to be doing some self-reflection, and you're looking upon here areas in your life where that if you stay there, you will end up trapping yourself here because you have put up some high boundaries and you've really not allowed yourself here to step forward. But it's also to look as into stepping forward as not as a box either, having it perceived differently. So you're going to be cracking it open. And honestly, when you think of a fish, you think of the fish bowl, right? Pop in the bubble. There's something about, containment. And this month here, you're looking outside of that containment. You're trying to intuitively, at least. All right, let's see what you're walking into. Reversals are now up. What is Virgo walking into this month? We have the Five of Pentacles here reversed. So you're recovering from a situation that really was deader than dead. Oh my gosh, disappointments. Listen, this is all about your past. All right. Bittersweet memories. All of these what ifs, coulda, woulda, shoulda this month is being addressed. You're recovering from this. It's a completely different, I feel like you're doing like a complete 180 and flipping it around. It's like I can be the person here who feels sick to their stomach, or I can say that I'm not missing another opportunity. I am not going to miss another opportunity. I am ready to go through that doorway. I just feel like this doorway is coming back up here for you for a reason, in a really big way. All right. It's not too late. You are at the right time in the right place here this month. And there is an opportunity here where you may have felt that you missed, but you haven't. You haven't. And how it can form here is a reminder of the past. Now, this doesn't mean that a past person is coming back to reconcile. No. Some of you, it means a new soulmate is coming in to play another part where it may feel like that person, but you have the ability to shift this and play it differently. And the universe loves to do that with us. They do. They'll, the same wound will come up in other people. And I feel that's going to happen for you this month. There's going to be a situation where another wound comes up, and it's going to come in a different face for some of you. It is. Okay. It's not a bad thing. It's so that you can look at it differently. You manifested this so that you could get through it. Look at that with the Queen of Cups energy. Leo. I didn't mean to say Leo. Obviously, I was looking at the cat when I said Leo, but maybe Leo needs to be here. Maybe it is Leo energy here. But I was going to say Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces energy here. But this is about compassion and love. She is very intuitive, and you're also very intuitive, but there's just this energy here of love. You are working on love and forgiveness this month. Love and forgiveness this month. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. There's an incredible offer here coming your way where you get to choose yourself this month. You do. Meaning you accept situations for what they are, but also realizing certain individuals here can't keep you away. So even if someone here comes up from the past, it's this energy of going, you know what? I'm so glad things didn't work out the way that they did. I'm so glad, because now I can see that I'm so much better. You're going to find a burst here of your creativity. There's that Leo energy I was feeling, right? I guess Leo was just coming up earlier. But we have Aries and Sagittarius here. I feel like with this, especially with this divine feminine energy here, if you were a feminine Virgo, there's going to be a glow up with you. You are going to look differently. People are going to say you've changed, because you're not going to be bitter. You're not going to be resentful. There's just forgiving energy, but also forgiveness for yourself. You're not going to feel bad when you say no to individuals when you don't want to miss an opportunity here. And the opportunity here is to love big. Love big. And it's getting closer to your reality that you have been manifesting. And so there's going to be a spark of creativity or desire or a glow up for you this month. Oh, I just got the chills. Freedom. A breath of fresh air, a release. You get to pick this, but you get to choose differently. You get to say no. I feel this energy of you going, no, thank you. That's not for me. No, thank you. I don't want that. Sorry, but I've changed. This Virgo has changed in a really, really big way. The things that they used to want is not what they want anymore. Desire. There's something here about wanting better, deserving more, feeling this vibrance. And look at that, Queen of Pentacles. There you are. Look at all of the queens coming out. I'm surprised we haven't got the Empress yet. We're only missing the Queen of Swords here. She may show up in the advice cards here, but that's you. All right. You're nurturing and caring yourself, but this is a mother wound here that you are healing. And for some of you, it's just showing the nurture and care and showcasing of how you can treat others and yourself with respect, with dignity. And so that's coming up big this month here for you. Even with a hiccup of something coming back up with the past, you're going to pass this with flying colors because it's not going to bother you as much as it used to. It just isn't. Final advice here for you, Virgo. What to do or approach differently. No reversals. The Page of Wands. You're going to approach this new start differently. You're not going to run for it and be super naive. You are going to be looking back a little bit cautiously, but not to the point that it keeps you from moving forward. You know, you might take a pause here and there to reflect, but it's not going to keep you from saying, okay, I'm not going to go at all. Okay. Spirit's saying, watch how long you reflect and get nostalgic on the past. Don't get stuck in that energy. Don't forget you have that wand in your hand. What else here does Spirit want to tell you here? What to soften and surrender to? We have the Four of Cups. Interesting. It's just those opportunities here, those disappointments. You know, it's going to be a new energy here because there's a bigger opportunity that is not being seen this month, but it's because you're choosing yourself this month. And by choosing yourself this month, it's actually integrating the version of you. So like that gets it, that gets an offer here. I just feel like this is an opportunity here to address some inner child wounds. All right. That's what I got here for you, Virgo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages at the other side of Harmonia Friends community. And if you want to book a private reading, you most certainly can do so at my website. We're going to move on to Libra. Hey, Corabelle. How you doing, girl? Yeah, it's been a while. I know you've been busy. I've been trying to keep up with you and all of your shows and festivities that you've been going to. Looks like your business is doing well. That makes me so happy. Guys, go check out Corabelle Lane. Her website. She's got some amazing products. Her farm is beautiful, but she makes all kinds of cool creams. In fact, there's a balm that she let me test, and it works so well on my tennis elbow. I gave her a good review on it. I love it. Resonate for you, Debbie? Yeah, no Bob the Builder. He didn't come out for that one. Oh, that's officially Bob the Builder because of you. So funny. I do love that card. All right, Libra. Where are my scales at? Who's got Libra in their charts? Libra. Let's roll. Spirit. What archetype is here for Libra? Libra, reminder, if this archetype resonates with you, there may be more collective readings that are also designated with this archetype over at Harmonia Friends Community. Oh, Libra, this is a great one for you. We have the Artist, but also combined in here is the Witness as well, because we have a 2 and the 1 is always a new beginning. So there's a new beginning in partnership, but also there's exploration here. Expansion. You're getting some kind of like there's visibility here. Okay, some of you it's love. All right, let's see how you're showing up. Hey, Tammy. Remember, no reversals on initial story play here. 4 of Pentacles. Well, you better create some room here, because how can you expand when you're holding on so tightly? You know, I feel like there's some things being dropped here on your plate and you're like, well, wait a minute. How am I supposed to hold this? Welcome, Yusina. So the 4 of Pentacles is someone here who kind of a miser, you know, doesn't like to spend a lot, is very fixated on their way. Interesting enough, it almost looks like a Libra balancing, right? But there's something here about opportunities dropping in your lap this month. All right. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe this Libra is like, what's happening? Let's see what the challenge is. Oh, wait, first, let's see what the Cosmic Kitty is first, and then we'll look at the challenge. I almost forgot the Cosmic Kitty. What Cosmic Kitty is here with Libra? Vanity. It's all about meow. Well, Libra, you are getting some attention here this month. Okay. It's all about you. Okay. It's all about you this month here, but there's something about a relationship that is being mirrored back to you as well. But I think there's a lot of opportunities here, but I feel like you might be a little bit busy or uncertain how you're going to carry this all. All right, let's see what the challenge is. Oh, Ace of Swords here. Well, that sword looks a little bit broken, doesn't it? It looks a little bit jaded. It looks like something here is cut, broken. Your voice, maybe you have a hard time saying no. Maybe you're at a loss for words this month. I just feel very busy, but it's a loss of words, a communication breakdown of some sort. Okay. What's the breakthrough with this broken sword? What's a breakthrough, the lesson, the realization here for Libra this month for May? Oh, look, it's 4 of Wands. So there's a relationship here. Another 4. Okay, the 2 of you have not stepped in. Okay, so maybe you're not on the same page as this individual, but you're standing next to this person. All right, but the doorway hasn't been open for the 2 of you. And so I feel like it's blocked, and it's like, how do we open this? And so you're holding on to some kind of, I don't know. I feel like you're the lock. I feel like you actually have the key to open this, but you may not be seeing it that way. The challenge here is communication. All right. So, okay. Let's see what this is about. Reversals are now up. What you walking into? Ooh, tiredness. Strength reversed. Can't block this anymore. You have to take this assistance. Listen, you were trying to do so much on your own. You just simply are. You're prideful. You feel like this is all on you. There's some worry. There's some fear. And with that sword, it's really like 8.5 swords, but it's really like I'm seeing the 9 of swords. We don't have the reversals yet here, but the challenge here is to stop listening to the noise in your head while you're putting some time and effort into something. It's like your hands are tied, your hands are full. Okay, what's this energy about? 10 of Swords. You're afraid to be hurt again. This Libra is so afraid to be hurt. That's why you do everything on your own. Be careful, though. Watch your health this month. Yeah. What are you trying to manifest here? King of Pentacles here, reversed. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, this is someone here this is a belief system. You had someone here in your past who was all about themselves. They really were. Okay. It was all about them. But I feel this month something is being mirrored back to you because you feel that you have to do it all on your own to prove to something that, that you don't need help. You don't need assistance. But you also got somebody here who's watching you. You do. They're watching you manifest. They're watching you move forward. 9 of Swords. You know what? This is an area here where you're being watched by not just one person, some other individuals here who are seeing you progress really, really quickly. But some people are asking, how is Libra doing it? Libra's not getting help. Libra's like, what are they doing here? So there's this energy here of I can do it, I can prove it, but who are you proving to, right? Now, the Three of Wands energy here means that something's coming into you a lot quicker than you anticipate. And I do feel like it's to address this burnout, burned, boundaries. Some of you have somebody from the past coming back here who is going to try to recircle back around towards you. This could be unfinished business for some of you. There's a reason why the door is locked. You've been doing stuff to doing yourself. You've been keeping your walls up high. I see that you are healing. Others of you, if this is not a romantic connection here, there's this energy of just doing it all on your own. And you have individuals here who are worried about you. You might be even blocking help or assistance in that way. But your boundary here is that you've come too far. You've come too far. There's fear of losing. There's losing, like some of you, it's fear of losing a home, losing a job, losing credentials, credibility. Yeah, it's all fear-based. But you're also not allowing room for opportunities to, like, you do have things coming your way, but you can't address it because you're holding on so much to everything. So just be careful of that. I do feel like you're getting a lot of attention this month, whether it's from people from the past or individuals here who are worried about you because of how strict your walls are up. What to do or approach differently this month? Oh, the Knight of Swords. Just be very careful with your communication this month, especially if you're irritable, if you're not feeling well, if you're overburdened, if you're like, I got a lot on my plate. Don't burn yourself with individuals here with your voice, okay? Others of you, you might have an individual here who's pissed off at you for moving on, doing it all on your own. And they're pissed off because you're doing well. Could just be a jab. Yeah. Spirit's just saying, don't let this situation or this individual here try to get you off of your recalibration. There's also going to be a month here where you're going to need to have some patience with oneself. You may need to take a pause, a break. You just simply are. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at Harmonia. We're going to move on to Scorpio. It's fine. Go ahead. Sweet dreams, Papa. I get it. I get it. It's a Wednesday night. You're all good. I only have one collective bonus, so it's not going to be a lot longer. Thanks, Debbie, for sticking around. I do appreciate you. Guys, we will have one collective bonus, just one tonight. We're not doing a unlock bonus, not on a Wednesday. Sagittarius is up. All right, let's see what archetype is here for Sagittarius. Oh, we have the Keeper. We haven't got the Keeper yet. Not in a while, at least. So here's the Keeper. It's also combined here with the Artist, who's very creative. But I feel for you this month, Scorpio, this is a month here where you're maintaining. Yeah, you are. You know, there's something here where there's an opportunity that's already been established. This could be work related. This could be your home renovations going on. This could be a relationship here, but you're evaluating it. You're working on it. Okay. All right, let's see how you're showing up. How is Scorpio showing up? Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Whoa. Seven of Swords. This Seven of Swords always reminded me of the Eight of Swords, the way that it's designed. Well, this is usually a card here of hiding or deceit or lies. But honestly, I want to say whatever's in your head are lies, because I feel like there's some negative self-talk going on here. All right, let's see what the Cosmic Kitty has to say before we dive too deep into that. It just reminds me so much of the Eight of Swords card. Judgmental. Observe your I told you it's the negative self-talk. Observe your critic. This is in your head. No one's a harder critic than yourself, right? So that's always the case. But let's see what the challenge is of this inner critique. Four of Swords here. You got to rest your mind. Some of you are having some massive sleepless nights, but it's so hard for you to let something go. It's like you come crawling back out there like a vampire. It's like, no, I got to finish unfinished business, you know? It's just, it's, you know, restless. Getting up earlier. I almost feel this energy here of like setting your alarm for a ridiculous hour here where it's like, no, I need to prove that I can, you know, I don't know. There's a hard critic. It's only so many hours in the day to rest. What is your breakthrough this month? Page of Pentacles. Well, your breakthrough here is, it's not huge. It's an ability here to learn something. Some of you, it's learning a new trade, a new skill. Some of you, it's a save as well. Like, hey, you know, all this hard effort, I was able to save something rather than nothing. But the challenge here is taking a break, getting proper rest, and resting your mind. I mean, your mind is just feel fried. I feel like the Scorpio is fried. All right, let's see what you're walking into for May. Reversals are now up. They will be affected here by the row. We have the Hanged One. Well, that's you sacrificing some time. It's another 4 here. See the 4 in the legs. 5 of Pentacles. You're recovering. Some of you are not feeling well. Like literally, if you start off the month here rough, either you get sick or you're suffering from some kind of money loss, or you're just feeling down in the dumps or in the blues. You might even have to go see a doctor of some sort or therapy. But here's the thing. You need a break. You need to cut yourself some slack this month and gain a different perception here, because this criticism that you're giving yourself, and it's self-criticism, it really is really showcasing, you know, it's not allowing you to freely feel free of anxiety. Or I just feel like your mind is kind of like consistently, almost, she's holding her stomach, like sick to your stomach, over analyzing situations here. But I feel like this is somebody else. Okay. This could be a doctor. It could be a counselor. It could be a boss. You know, there's just something here where you have to look at something differently, especially if you're worried about other people's criticism or what they say. But somebody here is being very direct with you this month. They're being honest, they're being truthful, and they're giving you some advice. And you might not like the advice that you hear this month. You might not like it. But here's the thing. This person here is warning you. If you keep going this way, you'll burn out. You'll get yourself sick, or it will be a harder outcome to get out of. You need to rest, or you need to really evaluate this anxiety that you have. If you're really getting sort of manic over it, you know, you have a lot of baggage here that you feel you have to do on your own, but you don't. Look, two cards came out together here. There's something here about equality or reciprocity here that just didn't work in your favor. So this is someone here who feels like they have to prove themselves or do things, overexertion. We're getting a lot of this for the signs. We are. You're right. Needing to seek validation here. Like, I do this and then you give me that. Like, expectations aren't being met. So you keep overriding or doing more. And then people give you like breadcrumbs in return. And so this is something here where you feel is, it's not worth the time and effort working those extra hours for what? Like a penny in the long run. I feel like the bigger health opportunity here is your sanity, your stability, your well-being, your health. These two cards came together, so I'm going to keep them together. What's on this one? The Emperor. Okay. I feel like this is your energy coming up as Aries. I feel like the middle of the month is that you're taking accountability. You're taking charge. The divine masculine energy is stepping in. And that's also realizing you may need some assistance or help. And that help can come in all different ways and fashions. What else is going on here for you? King of Pentacles here, reverse. This is just this energy here of overexertion, needing to look a particular part, have to look a particular way, but I feel this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here is that your outside is not matching the inside and it's starting to show from the outside. So you're not going to be able to wear this mask much longer. I feel there's this energy here of a timeout for you, and it's needed. It's a healthy timeout. Some of you, it's just adjusting your schedules. Yeah. Removing yourself from situations where there's not true collaboration, right? That could be in friendships, that could be in family, that could be a work scenario here too. That's unhealthy environment, right? Where you're getting sick and now, of course, like, we always need jobs, right? But you may be evaluating to see maybe another job here, and even with a pay cut, might be worth it for you, for your own health and well-being. So, this is about reevaluating some of those collaborations and those individuals in your life. Yeah, and you are just recalibrating this month. This is what the keeper is, right? You got your foundation, which is a temple, which is you, and now it's protecting that firm building, which is your opportunities, your health, your house, your well-being, your sanity. So this is you just realigning and taking charge of that. And I see you doing that this month, okay, in a big way. Advice here for you from Spirit: what to do or approach differently. The King of Pentacles, you got to approach this King of Pentacles differently. It came out twice for a reason. Okay. Remember, I said it's the surface of this. I feel there's something coming up specifically with spending money, where I feel a little saving will be a lot down the long run. And even though it may not feel like a lot, there's something about saving something or cutting back something here this month will be very prominent for you. And you may not see the aspect of it this year, but in the long run, after a couple of years, you're going to see something there. But I also feel this energy here of just removing things that you don't really need, unnecessary buying of things, or buying people's attention even as well. Okay. If you're a gift giver or someone like that, you're very finicky with your money this month. And I see you doing that. Yeah. The Hierophant here tells me that there's a relationship here that you're learning from. Okay. And I feel like that's coming from that King of Swords energy, whether this is a teacher, a mentor, a therapist, a doctor. There's someone here who's teaching you a lesson here of going, is this really worth it in the long run? You need to make some changes. And I see you making those changes this month. All right. That's what I got here for you, Scorpio. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like. Comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you want to book a private reading, you most certainly can at my website. Sagittarius is up. Sagittarius is up. Saggy. All right, let's roll the dice and see what archetype is here for Sagittarius. Saggy, if you resonate with this archetype, there may be more readings over at Harmonia Friends community underneath that collective. Here we go. Oh, well, look, we got the keeper, but this time it's based upon 2. So you're getting the witness amplified. So before we go to the keeper again, which is all about maintaining, I want to talk about the witness a little bit. And I talked about him earlier in another reading, but this is usually something that's coming in the forefront of integrating and collapsing timelines, because you're able to detach not just from the version of you, but you can see the other realities of how certain things play out for a reason. And this includes other people too. So you're not taking things so personally this month, Sagittarius. In fact, you are cleaning house here, especially when it comes to the keeper. It's almost like, you might not be that way, but also, it's not your business. So this could be very work related as well for some of you too. Okay. Where it's like you manage, but you're not micromanaging individuals. All right. Let's see how you're showing up here. How is my Sagittarius? Oh, another sign got this here too with an opportunity. Well, there's an opportunity here, but the gate is closed. And I got to pay attention to this because it's not an inviting gate. It's like, okay, is this enough for me to get through the damn gates? Or do I really want to share this with everybody? So let's see what Cosmic Kitty comes up here. But it is about an opportunity this month. And it's not a small opportunity. It's something big. So it's a big change. Nurture, take your licks. Okay. I love this. Okay. There's something here about sharing. I feel like you're an individual where you've been taught like sharing is caring. And I think you take care of a lot of individuals, which again really brings up the keeper energy. He's basically the janitor. Okay. And the upscale janitor. All right. Sees what's going on around the house, always cares about what's going on, making sure everything's okay around them. But when do you get to nurture yourself? This is the month to do it. Let's see the challenge though. Let's see what the challenge is. Yeah, Aries. Climb over the gate. I like that. I'm just going to climb over that damn gate. Challenge for Sagittarius. The Emperor. Oh, Aries energy. Oh, the challenge with the Emperor is the Emperor contend. It's all 4 kings in one, which is fantastic. Great authority, right? But they have an ego, and their ego can get bruised really, really easily and has to prove or care or micromanage if they have to, if they get really stuck. If it's coming up as a challenge, there might be some things that you have an opportunity this month here to not get involved. Okay. I think let's see what the breakthrough is. What's the breakthrough here of this Sagittarius? You gonna get involved in this? Oh my gosh, look who we got here. The Emperor and the Empress are in the house here. Wow. The divine match here. You're very balanced. If you're showing up as the Emperor and the Empress as the keeper, it says to me that you've matured, and you're also honing. It's almost like, I'm not going to watch you. Like, okay, yeah, you do what you got to do, but I'm going to look over here. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. There's something about a softer side of you this month that you're going to evaluate individuals and go, yeah, I'm not taking part of that. They need to figure out that shit on their own. And I see you doing it. I think this is something here you're not used to doing. Some of you, this is family. What you're walking into, reversals are now up. Look at that. We have the Knight of Wands. Great energy. Four of Pentacles. There's that 4 though. You know, you can't bring everybody on the ride with you. You can't bring everybody on the ride with you. You have a great, amazing, inspiring moment that is being handed to you this month, right? And you see this gate? I feel there's a part of here where you got an individual around you who is not coming up as an empress or an emperor. They're coming up as the Page of Wands reversed. So this is a person here who's fumbled it so many damn times that if you threw them a bone, they would still not know what to do with the bone. They would trip on it probably rather than chew on it, you know? And I feel that you've been holding space for this individual, but you're looking at this and going, even if I gave them that wand, they wouldn't know what the hell to do with it anyways. So I don't think I should be giving them that wand. And you're right. You shouldn't. So that's why you're holding back. Okay. But it's also keeping you from going through a gate because you're trying to clean up. And there's something here. You see, there's a keeper's home. There's something here about going outside those gates. Okay. Can't wait around for an individual to grow up. Some of you, unfortunately, this is a lover that you've been babying. Yeah. 5 of Cups here, reverse. You know, there's disappointment because it's like you can see the potential in the situation and of the person, but also, you know, you can't wait for them anymore. And so this Sagittarius is no longer waiting for an individual. And it's hard because you care. It's hard because you nurtured this. But you also know this person is never going to change. They're never going to change. Some of you have been doing this not just for weeks or 4 months, but for years. Literally, maybe some of you 4 years. But there's this energy of like, I've been waiting for this individual because they keep telling me they're going to show up or they're going to be there or they're going to learn and they haven't. And yet I'm still here waiting and keeping opportunities closed for me. Some of you, this is tough because it's family. Sometimes you just got to kick them out of the nest, right? Empty nester. Yeah, there's a contract that's breaking here for you, Sagittarius. All right. You've learned your lesson, but you're done being the teacher to this individual. Okay, they gotta learn on their own. They gotta find a new teacher. Maybe it's just teacher's God. Okay, Taurus energy here. You're retiring. You're retiring from this connection. You're retiring from this position. It's just you're maintaining an area here where it's not allowing growth anymore. And you're like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, what the hell am I doing? I'm carrying everybody's burden but myself. You finally see your limits, though. The 10 of Wands is someone here who's like, I can't carry anymore. Carrying this and not being able to go through this sucks. And so I see you not doing it anymore. Yeah, 6 of Cups here. It sucks because it's somebody here you love. It's somebody here that you thought, you know, some of you thought was going to be your forever person. But the 6 of Cups here is, it's not that there wasn't a deep connection here, but it's very karmic. But I think there's a soul tie connection here about to be broken. Your breakthrough here is doing it out of love, is kind of facing the other direction and saying, I got to choose me. Yeah, I got to choose me. This relationship is cut. You are cutting somebody out of your life. You certainly are. There is no give backs. It's like, you got to figure this out on your own. I cannot miss any more opportunities here. You've missed a lot of opportunities in this individual. Some of you, you're asking someone to move out. Some of you, you're like leaving a job. Maybe it's you moving out, but I feel like you are getting somebody out of your environment. What to do or approach differently? I don't know if there's anything you could do to approach differently, but let's see. Yeah, 4 of Swords here. You know what? There's another 4, a lot of 4s coming out here for you in this reading, including the Keeper. But I feel that In the past, you have a tendency to separate, give this person a chance to catch up, and then it's the same cycle over and over again. And Spirit's saying, do not repeat the cycle. Give it a rest. Lay this down. Rest in peace. It's dead. It's this person isn't going to change. They're not. They're not going to change. No. There's the boundaries here are not being hit. But with these 8 of Wands here, the actions here is to give yourself rest, to separate yourself from an individual, but also give you the opportunity here to get through the gate. This has been a burden for you because you have not been able to see what else is out there or growth or nurturing for yourself. You're exhausted. Right? That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, sending you love. And don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. You can also book private readings over there. Capricorn is up. Dug a hole for the bone. Oh my goodness. Aries, you're funny. We have Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and we have a bonus collective left. We're getting through them. We're doing good timing, though. We're under 2 hours, which was, I said 2.5, so we should be good. All right, Capricorn, let's see what archetype is here for you. If you resonate with this archetype, there may be more readings, collective readings over at Harmonia Friends Community to help guide you. Oh my gosh, we got the Keeper again. And yes, I just rolled the hell out of these, but this one's different. It's got a 1 and a 3. So we also have the Artist showing up here. So this is also, but this is different. I feel for you, this is about trusting the process. There's something here where you have a new partner or collaboration coming into your doorway, into your home, into your environment. So it's a little bit different. Somebody's joining your environment, and some of you are like clean freaks. And you're like, did you put a coaster underneath that? All right. See how you're showing up. Oh boy. 10 of Swords. Well, you're not dead yet. You're still crawling, so that's good. I can't sugarcoat what the 10 of Swords feels like. It's betrayal. It feels shitty. But that's how you're showing up. So you've been heavily, okay, I get it. Thank you, Spirit. I just said that there's something here about a new partnership coming in here and you're real finicky. Well, that's because you've been betrayed. You're like, yeah, I'm still getting over that. I got my potion here. I'll be all right, though. Like, you're crawling. Ooh, you're crawling. Frisky, it's time to play. Stop being a tight ass on this one. All right. This reminds me of my cat, Friskers. So it's hard to feel like playful when you're like not a kitty cat and you got betrayed at one point by playing. I think you got played. All right. Challenge this month. No strings attached. The 10 of Cups. Wow. This is your environment. You got 2 10s. This is the company that you keep. These are the individuals that you love. But there's something here, like, I feel that there's individuals around you having a good time, and you're like, nope, I'm building my own grave here. Just leave me be. So it's almost like you're uncomfortable around the people that you love. That's interesting. Okay. What's a breakthrough of this? Oh, your breakthrough here is that you know that you need help. Okay. This is actually good. Okay. There are individuals in your life who I feel are going with the flow, having a good life, doing their things, but you're missing out on those moments. Why? Because you're working on a betrayal and you feel like you have to do it on your own. But this month here, there's this energy here of what if I don't do it on my own? So I actually see you kind of dipping yourself into the water here of loved ones. Okay. What you walking in here too for May? Reversals are now up. I think you're done evaluating how this hurt. You're like, yeah, it hurts. It sucks. I'm going through it, but I don't have to go through it alone. So you're done trying to figure out why this happened to you. It happened. It hurt. Now it's all about this cup of love. You got to give some compassion to yourself. You got to forgive yourself for the matter here. And, it's not saying that you did something wrong, but there's a part of you that is upset with yourself for not seeing it coming. That was the suckiest part of this all. You didn't freaking see it coming. So yeah, it felt like you were stabbed in the back. Yeah, you had your cup here that you were willing to so give to another or love, and it didn't work out in your favor that way. So there's this energy here of like working through an axe. It's like cutting that X out. For some of you, it's an X, like the axe is the X. But this is a recovery period here for you. And you're not on it on your own. So you're inviting somebody in. I feel like it's deepening a bond with another. Now, this could be a relationship, like it's a deep friendship, but I feel that you're finally being vulnerable, which is huge for Capricorn. Capricorn to be vulnerable, that's huge. It just is. Hey, Nancy. What's going on here? Yeah. This is about, in the long run, you're tired. You feel like, a lot of you feel like you've lost so much by trusting an individual that hurt you. Okay. This could be a job loss. This could be a relationship loss. This could be a relationship loss that cost you a lot of money, affect your assets. But I feel this month you are recovering, but recovering in a way that is, I can't do this on my own. I'm going to get some help. I'm going to get some assistance. I'm going to let loose. And I don't have to be doing the one who has to do all of the spending either. I just see you being with family, friends. Yeah. You're really, here's your card, but it's reversed. So this is something here about the toxicity, the negative self-talk, the escapism. You can't escape these emotions or these feelings. You're addressing it this month. You want to be more playful, but you also don't want to go in overdrive and go like, it's almost like, it's back in the day. Like I remember like when I was younger, I couldn't wait till the weekend, right, to drink. It was like, oh God, I can't wait to have a drink on the weekend because I didn't drink during the weekdays. Right. But then at the same point, why did I need to drink on the weekends? Because I was so stressed out during the week. Right. So I wasn't addressing the stress out. So I had to address the stress out later in life. And until I realized that, that's why I was drinking the whole damn time. So there's something here about looking at your habits and the things that you address. Sometimes it's drinking, sometimes it's emotional eating, sometimes it's escapism, but you kind of tend to go overboard with it, right? To numb yourself out. And this month, you're not doing that. You're changing those habits. You're around individuals here who love you. You are letting loose, but doing it in a healthier way. If you used to do things like go to the bar and drink, this is something here where you have a friend's like, hey, let's not do that. Let's go get a cup of tea and hang out. Like, I just feel you're changing habits and you're asking your friends to help and assist you on doing that. So yeah, you can still have a good time, but you're not being egotistical about it either. You're not. The 5 of Swords here reverse is like nobody wins. Nobody wins. Look, there's 2 5s, but there's just a part of you that I feel there's shame. There's shame about not seeing something coming. And this is a month here where it's like, listen, it's already happened. It is what it is. And now I need to go through it emotionally. And I can't do it on my own. You shouldn't do it on your own. No, you're going to be dropping this baggage. It's going to feel nice to have the assistance and the support here of family or friends or a loved one or a connection here that you're going to let loose with. And it's a healthy relationship. It's not something that's fast or craziness. You're not being risky. You're not love bombing. You're not jumping into something. You're just having fun. You're letting loose, but you're doing it in a healthy manner. That's nice. Yeah. You've learned the lesson here, okay? But now you're also learning the ropes. I do feel some of you are hiring a mentor this month, okay? Or maybe it's something to do with your health or your well-being. Could actually be something regarding fitness as well. But I just feel like you're changing your habits and taking accountability for the areas here that maybe you didn't see coming, but it shouldn't change you for who you are, and having so much compassion for the old version of you who didn't see that. Advice for you from Spirit. This has to do with your independence and your stability. A lot of you did not think that it's possible for you to get up again, but this is actually building you towards something that's going to make you feel really stable. And not that you don't need other individuals, but you'll be worthy enough here to know who you pick and choose to spend time with or money with. What else? What to trust or soften or surrender to this month here, Capricorn. The Seven of Pentacles here, okay? Learning. Again, I feel like there's education kind of coming on, or learning new things of how to cope with certain areas. This is all about money too. Money, investing, schooling, teaching. There's just something here about learning and taking on new skills. And this is all for your well-being in the long run, okay? Investing. You're investing in yourself this month. That's what I see. All right. That's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at my website. We're going to move on to Aquarius next. Aquarius is up. And that's awesome, Debbie. I do that too. Drinking, eating. I used to do all of that stuff. Eating is like my only vice I think I have left. I just love food. It's like the German in me, you know? I'm such a foodie. And not just like a normal food. Like I don't eat like, and it's not like regular junk food or processed food that I like. Like I love cheese and bread and pickles and salty stuff. Aquarius. Here we go, Aquarius. Thanks, guys, for those of you who have been staying on here. I know Wednesdays aren't my typical nights, but we always come on here when we are getting into the next month's energy because there's just so many readings. So I have to come during the middle of the month. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get to everybody. And I'm splitting the readings up this month. I am. The love readings specifically, I'm splitting up. All right, let me figure out why isn't this coming off? Oh, it's the wrong one. Aquarius, let's see what archetype is here. Reminder, if you resonate with this reading and this archetype, there will probably be more readings over at Harmonia Friends with this collective archetype that may resonate for you. Oh, well, you're the first one that got the Liberator tonight. So we got the Liberator in the house, but we also have the Witness and the Artist. So there's something here where you are making a huge change, like freedom. This is like Braveheart freedom. The Valkyrie is coming in place. You are breaking apart. You're detaching. There's something here about a connection coming in place for you, because this is I don't know, I feel like you're breaking apart from a relationship, and it could be an older version of you, but you're integrating with another connection. And this could be with your higher self or another person. So we're going to see how that plays out here in your reading. See how you're showing up. How is Aquarius showing up? Remember, no reversals on initial story play. You're showing up as the King of Wands with a whole to-do list. Holy shit. You got a lot to do, don't you? Look at that to-do list. This is a huge list. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you may have that in your chart, but if you're coming up as the King of Wands, you got a lot of ideas. You got a lot of creativity. You got a lot of passion. You got a lot of things to say. You got a lot of things to say. All right, let's see what Cosmic Kitty is here. What Cosmic Kitty is here for Aquarius? Oh, the Wildcat. You never know what's lurking. Well, there's a wild side of you. But, you know, we got a predator and prey here. But there's something. Are you the lurker? I feel like you're preying off something. I feel like you are more of the wildcat here. You never know what's lurking. So you're an individual here who likes to scout out all of the situations and analyze things. Well, of course you do. You're an Aquarius. They're the visionaries. They love to have everything in place, you know, all their thoughts and ideas. Okay, what's a challenge of this Aquarius? Ooh, the 9 of Wands. Oh boy. Someone else got this as their challenge card. I cannot remember who. But there's a boundary here that you feel stuck. You know, it's almost like, I don't know why they're using hunting. I'm not a hunter, so I don't really know. But you know those things, they kind of sit up in those little, I don't even know what they're called, watchtower things, you know, where they watch the animals. There's something here about it catching on fire. It's like, you know, there's this energy here of, you know, someone one step ahead of you, and it burns you from having a high boundary. Okay. It's like, I'm not safe in this spot, and I got to change some things. I need to install some smoke detectors here. Your breakthrough here comes in the 10 of Cups. Well, that's family. That's togetherness. That's love. That's such a weird card, though. I mean, for the 10 of Cups here, there's got like a cemetery on the side. He's got an axe there. He's cutting down trees, and all the cups are going down the river. But there's a storm here. It's like life happens regardless, but and all the party ends. So there's something here that's played its part, but the breakthrough part here is making peace with the scenario. Something is exiting your life. You have to make peace with this. Some of you, it's making peace with a family member, a loved one. Okay. What are you walking into for May? Reversals are now up. We have the 6 of Wands here, reverse. It's like you're drawing the flag. You're done. You're done. 10, you're done. This did not go in your favor. You couldn't have planned this out regardless, because I think that, yes, you have a wild side to you. You never know what's lurking. Also is, you never know when something's going to hit you. And this hits you this month. It does. Okay. Not in a bad way. It's just that regardless, you couldn't prepare enough for this. And I think that for a lot of you, this is going to hit your ego a little bit, but you kind of knew this was coming anyways. There's a betrayal here. And there's a trust factor, but it's also like, I feel like you were blocking a scenario here of saying, no, we'll be safe, or I'll be safe and I'll keep an eye out, or I'll watch out for this. And some of you, it was an opportunity here. It was a waiting period. I feel like you were waiting for the right moment to jump on something, jump on an opportunity. Some of you, this could be work related, but others of you, this is a connection here where you were waiting around for an individual. I think there's something about a lashback that's happening. And this lashback here is like, well, that's final. Like, now I know. It just feels like that. You couldn't stop this even if you tried. This tower is coming down regardless. It is. Okay. You wouldn't have been able to stop this regardless. No matter what choice you would have made in the situation with this past person or this past situation, whether it was romantic, whether it was family, whether it's work related, you couldn't stop this regardless. It was inevitably going to happen. It was meant to fall. It was meant to fall for you. This month, what you're going to realize is that even with all the repairing that you do, and I think you are evaluating it and looking at it, going, it just is what it is. I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't anticipate that person's move. There's free will involved here. There is. There is an argument. There's a fight here. Nobody wins in this. 5 of Swords here, nobody wins. Doesn't matter if it's a blood relative. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend. The only thing you can agree at this point is to disagree. Nobody wins. Nobody feels good about this. What you're realizing now is how this person played a significant part in your life. And it is giving you the ability here to collaborate in a healthy manner. Maybe you won't be so guarded. I feel this energy of being guarded and not seeing something coming or waiting. And this is an energy here of why waiting doesn't do anything for anybody. Waiting is like the death for people. It is. It's one thing to be patient and to enjoy the presence of the waiting, but this is not an Aquarius who enjoyed the waiting. Look how miserable they look. It ended up burning them, in the long run. That's what burned them, is no actions. And this month you are forgiving yourself on that. And this month you are rebuilding yourself, and you're realizing the 7 of Wands energy here. All of the fight for choosing or trying to protect yourself was a battle that just wasn't meant to be fought anymore. So I do believe you're letting somebody go this month. Yeah, you're creating closure here for yourself. We have the world. It's coming full circle. It's coming full around. I think that you're letting somebody go. And for some of you, you're accepting somebody for what they are. And, you may never agree with this individual, but you just you can't control a wild animal. Okay. You just can't. Right. And that's what I feel. There was something wild about the situation, or you. Advice for you, because I do feel there's potential here for something new. This is a month here for you to work on your stability. Your money is going to be looking good this month, whether you like to hear that or not. But I do feel like this is about you just being very patient with oneself. You're removing codependency as well. Enjoying single. But here's the thing. You're not taking things personally anymore. There you are, Aquarius. This is my favorite Queen of Swords card. Do you see how she holds her heart? She's so assertive. She's like, no one's going to mess with my heart anymore. Right? I'm protecting my heart. So you're being protective of your heart, but Spirit's also saying, don't let anybody in. But also you have to eventually, trust individuals here with pieces of it, because I think you have a whole laundry list here of expectations of people to get through. And some of you, if this is love, you're just not ready for new connections. You're ready for integrating a version of you that's stable. Okay. Mindful. All right, that's what I got here for you, Aquarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over on my website. We're going to move on to Pisces next. We still have Pisces and Aries. Don't go anywhere, guys. We still have one collective reading. I know it's getting late, but we're almost done. Pisces is it could be. I mean, it's a collective reading. It could be, Karen. You see it as you see fit. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what archetype you are. Remember, if you resonate with this archetype, you may want to head over to Harmonia Friends Community, as the collective readings are based on the archetypes, and there may be more messages for you. We have a 2 and a 1. So the artist is in the house. Oh, I love this for you. So a lot of creativity here this month. But I also feel what's in place for you is a lot of people watching you, specifically these 2 individuals in the back. There's 2 individuals specifically watching you, talking about you, not in a bad way. This is supportive. I think you have some admirers, Pisces. There's some admirers here about a new beginning, something spontaneous coming on here for you. So we're going to see how that plays out. All right. How's Pisces showing up, Spirit? Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Oh, well, you're showing up as the Empress. All 4 queens in one. Yes, the divine feminine is in the house. Now, you don't have to be a feminine here, but this is the energy here of nurturing, caring. Intuition is off the peak, off the charts this month. But I also feel she's looking down. So your attention is somewhere else. And I want to say your attention is looking actually towards the challenge. And we're going to get to the challenge in a second. But let's see what Cosmic Kitty is here. What Cosmic Kitty is here for this Pisces? Oh, teacher. Well, Pisces, it's time to share your knowledge. I'm telling you, you have some admirers here in the background, and maybe you're an art teacher of some sort. It's something here where you're meant to teach whatever you're creating. Some of you are artists, some of you are writers. How does Pisces do it? What's the challenge? Six of Pentacles. Ooh, this scares you. You know, you have a lot to offer to individuals, but what gets you hung up is reciprocity, because there are individuals here like, please, yes, we would love to learn some things from you or obtain that from you. But also the challenge here is you either give too much or you feel breadcrumbed. Some of you, it's like if you're an influencer, right? And it's like you give free readings and then they don't show up and ask for an actual paid reading, right? So you still have to make a living. So you're showing up as the Empress. So you know your worth, you know your value. There's a lot of individuals who want your time and energy and want your worth, your money for some of you, what you can offer. What is your breakthrough this month? And if this is relationships, I feel like you're okay. And I hate to say this, but I feel if you have some suitors coming in here, you tend to foster these individuals, right? Like you are their lesson. You are their teacher. They level up after you. They won't treat a man or a woman the way that they treated you, because you know your boundaries, you know your worth. And there's something here where it's like, well, I'm tired of being the teacher. I don't want to be the foster home here of individuals of broken men or women. Okay. So you're kind of looking at that and evaluating it, or those relationships. What you're walking into for this month. Reversals are now up. Well, there's an opportunity that's coming back around for you. I feel that this opportunity has been something that has been on hold for quite some time. Ooh, it's coming back around. This is coming back around, and there is disappointment with this. Some of you, it's a person coming back around. Sorry. You might be getting somebody here who says they changed, but I also feel this energy of like, are you kidding me? Haven't you learned enough? Have I learned enough? You are hitting a karmic cycle again here this month. It's reflecting a deep connection. Reconciliation. That doesn't mean you're going to reconcile with this person, but there's reconciliation that's coming back around. Oh, here's a difference though. No. This is the difference. I feel like somebody's showing up and you're like, what the hell? Why are you here? And he looks pretty ticked off, right? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, you may have that in your chart. You're pretty direct with this person. Yeah, real big clarity. You don't want this back. You don't want this person back. You don't want this offer back. At one point, you wanted this real badly. You did. But I feel super annoyed. And I feel like that's the thing, is you're like, seriously? You want to try again? Or seriously, you think that I want that now? You've changed. Whatever you wanted in the past that has not come back around is coming back around now. You thought you wanted it, but now you don't want it anymore. What's the clarity here that my Pisces has? That's a burden. The clarity to you is you don't want to teach that. But here's the thing. Some of you, if this is not, a person coming back where I said like you're meant to be a teacher, share your knowledge. This is sharing your knowledge with individuals who do this. You're meant to help people, not be taken advantage of. Put it that way, right? And you can do that in so many different ways. You don't have to be a public speaker to do that. You could just be a good friend, give some solid advice. But I feel this energy of clarity of someone or an opportunity that at one point you begged for this, wanted this, and it was something big. Family, fame. This was like jackpot, lotto, and now you look at it going, I wouldn't want that even if I desired. In fact, I'm a little annoyed that it's showing up because it feels like that. It just feels like, no, I don't want that back. Hey, fractured. Here we go. For you. Yeah, you're trusting your intuition. That's your card. This is who you are, all right? Something happened during the full moon's energy here that we just passed a couple weeks ago. I know that we were in the new moon, but I feel like there was this energy of purging something old, maybe an old version of you, maybe old dreams and desires, but you are looking to manifest something new. And you're trusting your intuition that this just isn't what you want anymore. No, look at that. There's the Empress again. There it is again, the Empress. There you are, coming up twice. I love this for you. Because I just feel like you know your worth this month and you're not getting involved with past scenarios or situations, but you also know that, you've learned your lesson and you teach with wisdom, right? But it's not necessarily involving yourself in the way that you used to. You teach the way you want to teach. Yeah. You're doing good this month. You're with family, friends, community. These are individuals here who light you up. I feel like there's a lot of people here who are admiring you from a distance, and then there's some individuals who want to come back around, or there's an opportunity of wanting to collaborate with you, and you're going to just be like, no, I don't want that anymore. I got what I have. I have all I need, which is, my home, my life. You're just happy. However family may be for you. Oh, so your final advice here, what to do or approach differently here, is the Eight of Cups. I feel like it's like packing your bags. You don't have to look at this or observe this anymore. You're doing it with dignity. It's like, listen, I'm taking the cups here that I can reserve here for the right kind of people, but emotionally, there's nothing left in this anymore. I also feel that you've really learned to just, see how it was blindfolded, to trust your intuition in a really beautiful way. What to trust or soften or surrender here to for Pisces. Remember, no reversals. 10 of Cups. Look at all of these tens, guys. Look at all of these tens. So you're being also asked here for some of you, if there is reconciliation energy here, it's about community, it's about tribe, it's about your circle. And if you're in the energy here of I don't have a circle or a tribe, I see you developing one for some of you. Okay. I do. You are meant there to almost be a grace period here for other individuals who might be going through some of the same thing for some of you. All right. Others of you, I just see you having your own circle, family doesn't have to be blood people. It could be, friends. I just feel like you have found your security and old situations are just not for you anymore. All right. That's what I got for you, Pisces. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages at the other side of Harmonia Friends community. If you like to book a private reading, most certainly can over at my website. We're going to move on to Aries. And although Aries is our final zodiac reading, it is not our final reading for the night. We still have the collective reading. So don't forget, those of you who want to stay tuned, your sign may come up again. Yeah, you like those cards? They're pretty. Yeah, these are pretty cards. All of them I keep in my details and descriptions. Although I don't think I can keep descriptions over on Twitch, but if you go to my YouTube channel, they're all listed there. But hello on Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. I'm newer to Twitch, so I'm getting used to that area. So I appreciate you. Aries. Aries is up. All right. So while we have Aries going in place, we have the collective bonus coming on here. So let me get we got a small crew tonight, which is totally fine. But this is when you guys want to make sure you're following, you're liking, because all those likes and follows help. But also, this is the time here that you want to comment your zodiac signs, because we're going to be rolling the dice soon. And if your zodiac sign comes up, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or if you're cross-watching for another, you never know. You may amplify it, and that message may be for you. So go ahead and go in there, and we will get to Aries next. That's one show as a paranormal freak that I'm kind of embarrassed that I have not watched yet, Fracture. And that is Supernatural. My brother has been trying to, that's like his show. He loved that show. And he's like, I cannot believe you. And I refused to watch it because he hounded me so much about it. But I think that's going to be my summer season where I'm going to watch what all like 39 seasons or something freaking ridiculous. I got to watch it. I've seen enough of it to know what it's about, but it's just funny. I've never seen it in full. It disappoints him so badly. Every Comic-Con we go to, it's like Supernatural. And I'm like, oh, never seen it. He's like, it's like saying you've never seen Star Wars. How do you do that? How do you live with yourself? All right, here we go. Yeah, everybody, a lot of people love there. Look, there's 15 seasons. I can do that. I rather watch 15 seasons all in one row. I'm the kind of person who likes to just binge. Like, I'm in it. But, you know, I can't watch a 2-hour movie. But if it's a show that I can watch for like 8 days straight, I'll do it. It's crazy. I bet. All right, Aries, let's get to it. Let's roll the dice. Let's see what archetype is here for you, Aries. Aries, remember, if this archetype resonates with you, there may be more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. Oh, we have I think the one that came out the most this month is the Keeper. So I will not be surprised if we have a lot of collective readings with the Keeper in place. So there is something here where it comes to partnerships that's very, very important to you this month. But I think specifically for you, it has a lot to do with proper boundaries. See how he's got his hands on his belt, his tool belt here. There's proper boundaries that are needed here to maintain this wealth, this home, this relationship. Okay. And I don't know, you seem a little fed up. So we're going to see how this plays out here for you. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. How is Aries showing up for the month of May? Oh, look at you. You know, you are like playing that little violin. You're showing up as Lady Justice, Libra energy. You may have Libra in your chart. You know, you are not taking any BS this month. Nope. You are being the judge here. Okay. You're standing there. You're just like, nope, don't give me your sob stories. I don't want to hear it. I'm all about balance this month. This Aries wants justice. What cosmic kitty is here for you? Oh, look at you, watcher. Be your own witness. Be your own witness. Interesting. Yeah, you're keeping an eye, not just on other individuals, but you're keeping an eye on you. Oh, you know what? I almost feel this energy that it's time to mind your own business. Maybe you're the kind of individual that gets involved with everyone else's bullshit, you know? I feel like you're going to stop that this month. The challenge for this Aries. What's the challenge for this Aries? Oh, your pride. Your pride. Oh, to hold back. To resist. You always have an opinion. Aries is the confident warrior sign they want to go. So they have very little resilience when it comes to BS. And so I feel this moment here of like, this is killing me. I don't want to have to like hold back this. Your breakthrough moment though for you, hold back. The 8 of Wands. Well, that's action, but this action's different. I feel like this action here is building the wall towards the 9 of Wands. You're building better boundaries. And these boundaries in place here are not just for others, they're for yourself as well, which is huge. It's like huge. All right. This one's my art. That's from my archetype deck over at Harmonia Friends Community. The 3 of Cups. Okay. The King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Oh boy. The strength. All right. So here's strength's coming up twice here for you, Aries. Um, this is a great month for you, but the celebration here has to come with investing wisely. You do have to check yourself so you don't wreck yourself when it comes to your pride, because I feel like you're making a lot of really practical moves this month. You're showing up as that King of Pentacles energy, which is great. You're not getting lost in your head with the clouds, but I also feel celebration here comes with maintaining an environment that feels secure and safe to you. And the resilience here and strength here is to not let certain people get into your field right here that can cause commotion. And let's see what that is. We have the four. These are the individuals, God, that drain you. These, we call them the energy vampires. Okay. These are the individuals here where you feel that you have to prove, that you feel like you have to say something, that you have to critique. This is something going, you know what? I'm minding my own business. I don't have to involve. No, I got to look at other opportunities, how I maintain my time. And there is something coming up here. And you see how your head's in the clouds. You see those clouds and they're like totally different there. But you see that? I do feel like there's a couple options here where you may feel a little bit overwhelmed. These choices could be with how you're spending your time, your money. Could be with individuals too, but the 10 of Pentacles here reverse is there's someone in particular in your environment that really off kilters you. And so this is you realizing that you need to clean house. Okay. This is you going, I have to look at other opportunities where I can create space or better boundaries here when it comes to those connections. This could be work family here too. Could be that too. Hard to do so if you have a cubicle, but yeah. The Magician reverse says what you're working on here is the need to control. This is usually someone here who tries to go against free will to make it feel safe and go against their way and goes to the occult, but you're not doing that. That your challenge here is like a pride issue, is that it may be the better way, but you're not getting involved with other people. There was another sign that was close to this, and I want to say it was Taurus, where they're just like, I have to stay in my own lane. I can't. Yeah, you are. You're going to be staying your own lane. And then there's one in particular where you're weighing your options of where you want to go next. Some of you are looking for a new job. Some of you are looking for a new place to live. But it's the ability here of like, where do I plant the ground next? And I do see you doing that. Be your own witness. There's that watcher. I feel like you're creating boundaries here with that kitty cat. Yeah, you are, because you're ready to move on. This is something here where you're emotionally had enough. This space, this environment is not for you anymore. And so you are just really looking and weighing out your options here of how to move forward. Like some of you are relocating or finding a new job, like I said, or just trying to move on. Okay. But I do see moving. Moving is a big energy here for you in May, looking at your options of how to move or move forward. Advice from Spirit. Remember, no reversals here. You got a lot on your plate and there's a lot of emotions involved, including that of another individual here, but you don't need to keep carrying and picking that up. All right. Some things are meant to drop, and this individual is. It's a weight anyways. It's just a weight anyways. I told you this relationship is so divided. It's disappointing because you wish this person had as much care, but they're careless. This is a person who's very careless with your time and energy. They're just sloppy in forms, in that form. That's the only way I know how to describe it, is sloppy. All right. But I feel very divided from this individual. There's a lot of emotions here, but you're turning your back to this person and creating safer boundaries. All right. That's what I got for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to get to our bonus train next. Our bonus train is up. Here we go. Where's my sound? Final call. Did you guys put your signs in? We got the bonus up here. All good, Nancy. We're in our final one anyway. We are in the final one anyway. So before I go and have the collective reading, I do want to remind you guys I will be back here Friday night for All Signs Love readings. These are going to be you versus them and the connection. So we're going to see your side, we're going to see their side, and then the overall connection and the next steps. And then I will be back here on Sunday, and we have a guest reader with us. Melanie Adriana will be on here with her new Oracle deck. So come and join us for the All Signs week ahead on Sunday. You can set your notifications already. They're already scheduled out over on all of the platforms. All right. Bonus is up. Debbie, may I have your assistance? Yes, it's the final countdown. Thank you, Debbie. All right, guys, we're going to roll. Here we go. I'm going to roll these a couple of times. So Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So the more placements that come in, the sign may be for you. Sometimes they come up a couple of different times. We have Pisces. Pisces is in the house. We also have Taurus. Taurus is in the house. Oh, gosh. I rolled a couple of different times. Oh, my camera's going a little blurry. Sorry about that. Aquarius. Aquarius is here. Virgo. Virgo is here. Two more. Capricorn is here. One more. Aries. Aries is here. So those are the signs that came up. If those signs are in your chart, this reading may be for you. And if the signs didn't come out, just stay tuned because you never know the message. It's just energy, guys. So the message may be more here for you, right? It just adds extra validation here. All right. Let me give Debbie a second here. She may be a little bit delayed. You there, Debbie? Did I lose you? All right. Well, while Debbie's here, we go. I think there might be a little delay on my end. Here we go. We have Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aries energy. Here we go. Ooh, we have a 6 and a 1. The Seeker is back. Interesting. The Seeker is here for the collective. All right. Well, the Seeker is very much similar to the Hermit, a little different because this is someone here who can really go into other timelines. It's not just this timeline. There are ancestral timelines. There's past lives. They're all kind of happen simultaneously. And this Seeker is absolutely, with a 6 and a 1, is really at the point of being very balanced. And there's an opportunity here that's already ahead for them. So I feel like for this collective who's resonating for this, that this opportunity now is about the next steps. So they've already accepted it. Now it's the next steps that come in place here. So very interesting. So we'll see how these next steps come in place here. It's holding that book of knowledge. Yeah. Seeker is now up in the top corner. Like I said, if you resonate with the Seeker, there's plenty of Seeker readings over at Harmonia Friends that you may resonate. How are you showing up here? Oh, look at this. Now, this is a particular card for this deck. I love this deck because I told you, you already have the opportunity in your hands. You are the light. So you are the torchbearer. Hecate is really big here. I'm feeling liminal. Yeah, and you know what? The Seeker is liminal. They have the ability to go through different timelines. There's something about this torch, and you are the torchbearer here. You're able to showcase the pathway. And Let's see what the challenge is with this pathway of what you're illuminating. Oh, before we do that, let's pick a kitty cat. Keep forgetting to pick the kitty cat first. Focus. Eyes on the prize. Yeah. It's hard to focus when you're lighting the way, right? Your eye is on the prize, but look at this. I love this little kitty cat here. It's like, there's that mouse. So there's something here about catching, playing the game, but you're definitely reevaluating. You're looking at something, but you know, now it's being illuminated to you. All right. So let's see the challenge here of this prize. What is the challenge here of this prize? Four of Cups, disappointments, past disappointments. You know, you've seen things before, but it's like, when I catch it, will it taste good? Will I like it? Will it satisfy me? Because I've been disappointed before. You know, you're definitely a way shower. You're a go-getter for this collective. But once they get to a certain goal or they achieve it, it's like, meh, I'm done with it. It didn't really satisfy me. So there's something that you're still chasing externally that needs to be more internalized this month. All right, let's see what the breakthrough is. What's the breakthrough here for my collective? Oh, we got the 10 of Pentacles here. Well, you see, look at all these people. They don't look like a happy family, do they? They're all like fighting. Baby kids crying. The grandpa looks dead. Everyone's asking why grandpa's dead. Like, there's this energy here where I feel all the bickering, all of the fighting that happens with your loved ones or individuals here. There's arguments that come in place, disappointments, but it's also showed you a lot of who you are as a person and why you go for the light. Because honestly, I see this as you. I don't see, you know, you might be this grown-up person now, but I really feel this was you. And the breakthrough here is to showcase how far you've come. You've been able to get through some of that, but it's also showing you how you had to be externally validated because no one saw you. You know, they were so more into the arguments, the fights, that no one really saw you. And so there's something here that you were easily able to see. All right. What is my collective walking into this month? Ooh, an illusion. Something's coming out. Fear. Ah, it's that prize. The eye. Listen, the eye on the prize. Are you kidding me? Here it is. There's the eye on the prize again. It's showing up. The eye on the prize. I feel there is some fears that when you get this or achieve this month, that you will just be disappointed with it or it won't work out. It's almost like seeing something, and I'm looking at like a relationship, and that could be an example of something. Maybe there's a relationship here that's blossoming and there's fears that come up because you guys are bickering and you're like, oh my God, this reminds me of like how my parents used to bicker. But these are just fears. They're illusions. They are, because the moon's reversed, so it's all illusions. But this has come full circle for a reason in a really big way. We have the World card here. So we have Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. And I just feel like, and Taurus energy, I feel like something's coming full circle for you to evaluate an opportunity to get excited about it. It's not just keeping the eye on the prize. It's about enjoying the moment of it. Some of you, this is advancement at work. Oh, yeah. This is be wary, guys. We have the devil energy here. There's like obsessive negative self-talk or past escapism that brings up of why things don't work. The challenge here is looking at opportunities and not missing one because fear of taking it or grasping it or going for it. Yeah, it's time to gain. This is what Spirit's saying to you. It's time to gain a new perception. You tend to pause on scenarios right when you are actually at the moment here of success. And there is a really successful moment coming up for you this month, whether it is a blossoming relationship that's about to up level, or a gift coming out that maybe you have been not persistently putting yourself out there, but like needing to amplify it more. You tend to hold back. And so this month, there's a moment here to face this reason why you hold back, you know, and it has to do with this. It has to do with this. Greater gain. Page of Pentacles. You don't have to play small anymore. You don't have to play small anymore. You see this contemplation? Should I? Am I good enough? Am I capable of this? Is it going to go to crap? You know, this is usually someone here who's learning, an opportunist. But with it reverse, I really feel it's because there's a much larger thing at stake, and it's about your worth. Yes, you are worthy of this. This is being handed to you, collective. And handed to you because you are a way shower. You have the capacity here to be very successful in this or this relationship. Final advice here for my collective. What to do or approach differently this month. We're going to see that here. 3 of Wands, this waiting energy. There's nobody here to save you. The only person that's going to save you is you. So it's time to light that torch and take it. And some of you, it's to open up with another, to take the chance. You know, the prize here is that you're worth it. If someone here is offering you something. What to trust and soften and surrender to? Listen, we can't expect everything to be perfect, but sometimes those betrayals and those endings only lead us to one way, right? And that's back up. And as hard as this may be, there's fear of rejection or failure coming up here, but it's also, well, what if? Spirit's asking you to change the narrative. What if things changed? What if? All right, guys, that's what I have for the readings tonight. I hope you enjoyed these. Like I said, I will be back here on Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Debbie, thank you so much for your help this evening on the readings. I appreciate your moderating. Take care, guys.